All right. So, what, just one by one, let's just kind of go over this. What are the biggest things that you are learning about yourself in this first week? So, Heidi, what is the biggest thing that you are learning about yourself in this first week?
Probably the biggest thing that I'm learning is that I'm a lot stronger than what I thought. I'm being able to push through a lot more than what I used to. And I think I would just give up a lot easier in the past, and now I just keep going. Like I just keep telling myself this is what I want, and I just keep pushing myself and pushing myself. And like I had a Christmas party that I went to with a bunch of my friends, and it was kind of funny because I ate before I left,
Hmm.
before I went to the party, and when I got there, they just had so many treats, like cupcakes and cookies and just all that stuff. And I just told myself before I went, like, you're not going to even, not even a taste. You're not going to do it. And I didn't. I sat there and watched all the girls,
Yeah,
eat it, and they're like, "You don't want any?" And I'm like, "No, I'm telling you, like, I've been working my butt off, and I am not going to even put a taste of that in my mouth."
that's awesome.
So it's kind of nice to know. I mean, I've been to birthday parties and, passed up like the ice cream, the cake, everything. So I feel like, I can do this. Like I'm definitely a lot stronger than what I thought. So
Yeah,
I'm excited about that. That's definitely something I've learned about myself.
that's so cool. Like, finally, Heidi is just in control of herself and in control of what she wants. And not only that, but you're very clear on what it is that you want. So, when we're clear about what we want, we won't let things get in the way of getting what we want, right? So that's awesome. That's like a huge step for, especially living in Utah, that's a huge step for you to be making, because when you live in Utah and the culture around here is all about eating, when you don't eat, sometimes we feel like an outcast. So the fact that you are taking a stance for what it is that you want and embracing who you want to be, like, it's powerful. Okay. Awesome. Good job. So, Kelly, I know that I briefly asked you this question. Let's just hear yours again. So, what are you learning about yourself so far in week one?
It's kind of the same thing as what Heidi said. Just before, if I really wanted to eat something, I would just eat it. And like the end of the day is the hardest for me. And I'll do good all day, and then I'll come home and just eat crap and go to bed. And now I'm able to stick to my plan better and do the workouts and just the ability to say no is it's great.
That's awesome.
Because there's like so much candy, and chocolate is my downfall, big time. So just the fact that I have been able to not eat any of it lately is so amazing.
Yeah.
Because I always tell my husband I don't have willpower. If it's here, I'll eat it. And now I have there's cookies here, there's ice cream here. I haven't ate it.
That's awesome. So, this is a valuable lesson and something that we'll be talking about a little bit more in depth today. But yeah, if you're in control, then you will simply just say no to the things that are around, and you'll start to have that control because you want results. It's funny because people will invite me to go out to eat and things like that, and um, Kelly, Josh Parker.
Uh
Um,
huh.
and then Heidi, you met Amber Parker. It's her husband. So yesterday
Yeah.
he went to Five Guys and he was like, "Sorry, Matt, I went without you," and just joking around. But then I at first I was like, "Yeah, I wish you would have invited me." And then I said, "Well, probably best that you didn't because I need to get results and I can't have it right now." So So there are times where I will even have to turn things down where it's, uh, I really want it, but because I want results, I will turn it down. Okay. So those are awesome insights, though. They're powerful because this is they're, especially right now during this season, this is what people struggle with the most. People are struggling because they can't say no to all the treats and all of these things that people bring, and so they start to eat all of these things. But um, really, you don't need them. You just don't need them. Doesn't have to be that way. Doesn't have to be where you have to be stuffing your face all the time full of sweets and candy and all those things, right? So awesome. Okay, so now we're just gonna get this is this is the main portion of the call, and we're just gonna get real with each other and real with ourselves, and really dial in and prepare you for the rest of the program. Okay. Now we won't have a call next week because of Christmas. Um, so next week, so really we're going out into almost the end of January because I'm pushing it an extra week. So it's like the second last to last week of January that this program will end. Okay. So this is all about commitment. Okay. And I'm going to bring this up. Tell me when you can see it on your side. Can you see that?
Now I just see you.
Oh, hang on. Might help if I turn on my screen. Now can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, answer this. This is all about who?
It's all about me.
So explain that. What does that mean?
To me, it means that I have to do everything that I'm doing for myself. I can't do it for anybody else right now. Like I need to make sure that I don't worry about anybody else. Like it, I wish I could think of how to say this right, but I don't want to have to worry about my family right now as far as making sure like they're going to be okay food wise and they're going to be okay making sure that their weight's going to be okay and all of that because I need to make sure that I can take care of me first before I can tell them or show them how to do things the right way.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I have to just worry about me. Otherwise, it's just not going to work for me because I think I've tried, in the past to try and fix everybody around me at the same time, and it just doesn't work.
Mm-mm. And this first week, Heidi, is your family okay?
Yeah, yeah, and it's a matter of fact, like my husband's been awesome. I mean, it's kind of funny because you have your friends that are like I took my food with me last night to a birthday party. They're all eating spaghetti and I have my little container full of my cottage cheese and peaches and crackers.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of funny, and my husband's, they're all asking me questions and stuff, and he's just been right there to say, you know what, she's doing awesome. Like, it's just, so it's great. Like, he definitely is backing me up with everything, so.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
more than likely, your family wants you to be happy.
Yeah,
Right.
yes, definitely. Because if I'm happy, then, it rubs off on them.
Yep.
And if I'm not happy, then it's the same thing.
That's awesome. No, perfect. So this is really cool because one thing that you said and that stands out is that I have to take care of me, otherwise I can't take care of anyone else, right?
Yeah.
And this is how cool your body is. So when when we put our body under a lot of stress, whether it's sleep, whether it's emotional stress, whether it's workout stress, whatever it is, the body starts to go into a survival response mode. So that's why in the health industry you always hear, you need to be able to control your stress levels. Well, this is why it's so important because your body releases a hormone called cortisol. And I mention this, like I explain this to everyone all the time because I'll run into people so stressed and they don't manage their life. And the cortisol, what that actually does is it's almost like a blanket and it starts to block things. So basically, it will start slowing down your body. And the reason why it's starting to slow your body down is because it doesn't want you to burn extra calories. Because if you're burning extra calories and it thinks that there's a scarcity in food or its environment, then basically it knows that, oh man, if I burn too much calories, then I don't know if we're going to be able to replenish them. So this is why people who are stressed, they'll become overweight because now it's going to go slow down and start putting into their fat deposit. It's like putting into a savings account. Your body automatically starts saying, "Here's a savings account," and it starts distributing and putting in more fat. Now, the other thing that's really cool is that it actually starts to shut down your reproductive system. And as bad as that sounds, there's a reason why. It's because your body is basically saying, if you can't take care of you and find food for you, then basically you're probably not going to be able to provide for a newborn, a baby. So it's actually pretty smart on and knowing and just going into a survival response. So high levels of stress with cortisol, it actually knows that if you can't take care of you, then you won't be able to take care of someone else. Make sense?
Yeah, totally.
And this is the detail that people don't realize and why in the health industry we're always like manage your stress. Manage your stress. So what's one technique that we do to manage stress?
Meditate.
Meditate. What have you noticed with meditation so far?
I think I'm still trying to figure it out I mean, I definitely, I've been doing it every night. I kind of go take myself into my room and just turn off the lights. And I mean, it definitely calms you.
Hmm.
And, I actually have noticed lately, the last couple times that I've done it is like, I just sit there and I think about my goals
Hmm.
and just kind of talk to myself about, um, what what I've done throughout the day, and what was kind of hard and what I can do different to make it easier the next day. So it's kind
Awesome.
of how it's been working for me.
Okay. So Heidi, this is what I want you to try doing is I want you to try meditating like for 5 minutes even just right after your workout.
Okay.
Try implementing it there and see what you notice.
Okay.
Okay. So Kelly, what have you noticed so far about meditation?
It does seem to help me calm down and focus more.
Hmm. Awesome. So meditation is a powerful tool where we live in such a stressful time where when we can just hold on, relax, and calm our stress, it's very powerful, right?
Yes.
Like you're using a tool that most people wish they had. They're just like, how do I calm down? How do I manage my stress and all of these things? And meditation is the best answer. Okay, awesome. So if this is all about you and all about me and all about yourself, then it's very important to understand that first we have to take control of our inner stance. And do you both know what that is?
I've heard it been talked about before, but you can tell us again.
Okay, awesome. So your inner stance is who you choose to be. Okay, so we all have this idea or beliefs, and all throughout our lives we've developed these beliefs and fears and stories about life. And within our own inner stance, if we have a weak inner stance, or it's basically how we view ourselves, right? So when you look in the mirror, how do you view you? And that inner stance will dictate how you perform everything in life. It will control how you think and what you do. Does that make sense, Kelly?
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay. So for you, an inner stance, if you come off as no one likes my business, or me, if no one can, so if no one will, no one's going to join, and you have all these beliefs, guess how you show up?
You don't.
Nope. And you show up weak. And you're just, okay, cool. And you'll go about the motions, but sooner or later that just dies out, and you're just like, this is stupid. Right? So even with our workouts, or even just with ourselves and everything we do, if we show up like, my health doesn't matter, if that's your inner stance is, oh, it's cool, like, people are healthy, I can never be fit, I can never have that body, I can never be healthy, then how do we show up?
Weak.
Weak. We'll go to the parties and, oh, it doesn't really matter because I'm never going to be fit and healthy anyway, so I might as well eat the cake.
Kind of funny because I think at the Christmas party that I went to, like I was telling you before, is I actually look around, to some of my friends, and I see that. Like I see that in them.
Yeah. So many people do this in today's society where it's just, I can never be this, I can never do this, I can never. So their inner stance is very weak. Which is why it's so important that you choose who you want to be. Who gets to decide what your inner stance is and who your inner stance is?
We do.
Yep. Can your husbands do it for you?
Nope.
Can your kids?
No.
Can I?
No.
Nope. No one else can you. You must choose, and you choose it today, what inner stance you really want. Okay? Let's see, is there someone else on the phone call? Sounds
I
like
can hear that too.
Is someone else on the phone call? Someone is moving around in their phone. Who is it? Okay, so we have a little sneaker going on in here. That's okay. They can continue to sneak. Oh, it was Mandy. Mandy, you can
I was
join
just
the phone call. You don't have to stay on mute. This is part of your call too, so you can get on the phone call. Okay. So, your inner stance, you must choose who you want to be. So choose it. So, Heidi, who are you choosing to be from this day forward?
I'm choosing to be a stronger and to not be a negative person. And I'm choosing to look at myself. When I look at myself now in the mirror, like I'm actually looking at myself different. And I'm being positive about myself and knowing that I'm going to change that person in the mirror to the person that I want to be, which is that strong person.
So cool. That is so powerful. Like best thing you could say about yourself and best thing you could say about everything is just you want to be stronger, positive, and just be able to see yourself in a different light and just really have love and appreciation for you. Like so many women in today's society are fighting for this.
Yep.
Like they're trying to look for the answers and they think that it's going to be in their clothes. They think that it might be if they lose a couple pounds. They Everyone is trying to look for this. And how powerful is it now that Heidi's found it?
It's great for me.
And was there
My
like,
husband loves it.
yeah, I bet. He's like, she's so much happier and she's like confident and it's sexy now, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like
Yep.
now if he like gives you a compliment, hey, look, you are beautiful. Hey, you are sexy. It's not you're not like whatever, you're just saying that.
Yep.
No.
That's exactly how it is too.
And now it can be like, I know I am, right?
Yep.
So cool. I love it. Okay, so this is a very powerful concept. And was it anything that necessarily that you were doing to find it, or was it simply that you just chose it?
It's that I chose it. Like I said, it's just all that negativity against yourself, you know, like when he would tell me, it's just what you said. Like he would tell me, like, you are beautiful to me. Like I love you the way you are, but I know you're not happy with yourself, so you need to figure that out
Hmm.
so that you can be happy with yourself.
Yeah,
And now, of him telling me that all the time and then just figuring it out myself, it really is amazing.
yeah, so cool.
Definitely makes me feel a lot better. So,
It's like this weight is off your shoulders finally, and you're like, I belong here, and I deserve this, and it's awesome.
yeah.
So cool. Okay, Kelly, who are you choosing to be today?
Um, Healthy, in control of myself, and fit.
You say fit?
Yep.
Okay. What
Because
else?
like I told you today, I've never been like an athletic type or into sports or anything, so I really want to be able to run and, to be strong.
Awesome. So why is that so important to you?
I smoked for a long time and I'm trying to undo some of that damage. I want to live to be really live a long, healthy life.
I love it. That's so cool. Did you just quit smoking cold turkey or?
No, I use the lozenges and then the patches.
Okay. How long were you a smoker for?
Oh, that question is hard to answer because I smoked steadily for about 20 something years,
Hmm.
and then I started off and on quitting, and I would start again, and then I would quit again and start again, and sometimes I quit for like a year and a half, and then I would smoke again, and a long time. I'm 49. I started smoking when I was 15.
Oh wow. So yeah, that's a long time. So what finally just kicked it for you where you're just like I don't need them?
Um, my husband has asthma, my son has asthma, and now my grandson has asthma.
Hmm.
Not only am I hurting myself, I'm hurting them. And I don't want to contribute to their health problems. I want to, you know, help them be healthier. So, and even just a tiny bit of smoke in your clothes can trigger an asthma attack.
Yeah.
So, plus I work in a casino. I get enough secondhand smoke down there. So
Yeah.
I don't, I don't need any more.
Yeah. Well, if I'm ever down in Vegas, I'll come visit you and play some blackjack or something.
Okay, sure.
I'm really good at it. I still haven't lost on the table of blackjack, so
Well, that's pretty good.
yeah. Anyways, but that's awesome. See, when it starts to become vital for life, when it starts to become deeper than just, I just want to look good. I just want to be able to, do this or do that, fit into the skinny jeans. There's actually some really deep meaning into it, our inner stance changes. So Kelly, your inner stance just changed to this is not just hurting me, this is affecting other people. And now
Yeah,
you take this inner stance where living a healthier, being in control and fit and active and strong person is not just for me, but it's for other people too. Because that way I can help more people. I can be a better wife, I can be a better mom, I can be a better grandma, and I can be a better business owner if
yes.
I have all of these. Okay?
Yep.
So the reason I'm talking to you about inner stance and why it's so important is because the next thing that we are talking about is commitment. And the important thing to realize about commitment is that if you have a weak inner stance, it will cross commitment out. It's the one thing that will always trump a commitment. It's the one thing that will destroy your commitment. Is if you have a weak inner stance, then no matter what, no matter if you are 110% committed, it will not matter because your weak inner stance will trump it. And for these next 30 days, I need you to be committed. But if I can't help you see your inner stance first, and you don't make that choice with your inner stance today, then we'll get to the end of the 30 days, and you will say, well, I was committed, but I just didn't see any results, Matt. Well, I will know that it is because that you chose it. Because you chose to have a weak inner stance. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Heidi, what do you hear me saying so far then with all of this?
Mainly that if you can't make the choice to be strong and to not be weak, and you have you have to do that. You have to do that for yourself in order to change what you want to be. And if you don't, you'll fail. And I've done that where I've thought I've made that commitment in the past. And I've told myself that I'm going to do something and promised myself that I was going to do something, but I failed every time.
Hmm.
And now I understand why.
Yeah.
It's because I was weak.
Hmm.
And now it's so different this time. And I feel that.
So cool.
And I know that I'm committed. And I know that I have changed inside.
Yeah.
So
Like everything's changed.
yeah, I definitely feel different this time.
Yep.
It's crazy
Yep.
to feel that way, just because I've never felt that way before. When I've been, I've been trying to do this forever. So for just a couple weeks or 3 weeks to realize that I understand why I kept failing.
Hmm.
So
That's the number one reason why anyone fails is because they have a weak inner stance at anything. Anything. Okay. So you have your inner stance and you have your commitment. And Kelly, is this all about just 30 days?
No, it's about the rest of my life. I plan to take what you're teaching us and use it forever to change my life.
Yeah. Like this is not just about 30 days. But if you have a weak inner stance, then that's all you'll get. This is why other weight loss programs, this is why other weight loss challenges are temporary. This is why when I started this, I just said this cannot be a weight loss challenge. This cannot be just a challenge because challenges always end. And at the end of the challenge is always this old lifestyle. Okay? Most people want this new, fit, healthy, sexy lifestyle. Yet they keep the overweight, lazy, low confident, and just miserable lifestyle. Does this one sound familiar?
100%.
Okay. So here you have these two lifestyles, right? Well, here's what happens when you start a weight loss challenge. They get into this lifestyle. They get a taste of it. But because it ends and that's their mentality and they don't fix the underlying problem, which is who?
Me.
Yep. When you don't fix the underlying problem, then they keep this old lifestyle. And they'll flip back and forth, flip back and forth. And they don't understand why. So Heidi, what do you see? Well, what's the problem with this diagram?
There's no change in your your inner self. That's just pretty much, you know, like going to a weight clinic. You know, it's I did it plenty of times where you would lose like 20 pounds, like quick, like in a month. Like I did that before. But since I didn't change the inner me, I gained it all back. Like I stopped after that month.
Yeah.
It was just a month. I lost it, and then I just went back to eating the same exact way.
Yep.
And that's what the problem is. Like you know, on something like this, you're not focusing on you. You're not focusing on changing the inner you.
Yep.
You're just trying to, I think it's more or less trying to change the way you look on the outside and not in the inside.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. So Heidi, how frustrating does it get to do this?
Very frustrating. Like you're just not happy. You're unhappy all the time.
Yeah.
So it's very frustrating.
And it gets
Right,
exhausting.
not only for yourself, but for everybody around you.
Yeah, because it'd be like New Year's coming. Heidi's like, yeah, I'm getting on a new 40-day cleanse and I'm going to change. And then you go back to the way you were.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I've actually been asked this question a few times. Why in the heck did you start this at this time of the year? Why did you decide to do this? And I'm like, you know what? It's because I know that if I can do this now, then I'm good. Like this is it is the hardest part of the time of the year to try and do something like this. But if you can be strong enough to make it through, you know, your Christmas holidays where you're around all these parties, all this stuff, if you can do that and be strong, then you've got it made.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell them, because they're all, yeah, January 1st, you know, we're gonna do this. Like, okay, well, I'm doing it now.
I purposely did it during the holidays. It was very strategic in the way that I did it. Okay. So I'll show you this one thing. So this is me and this is a client. See, a client wants me to fix the problem, which is over here, which is usually weight. So they want me to come over here. Client problem. Now, here's what happens, and this is the problem with most weight loss or trainers or most programs, is this is all they want me to do. So these are the workouts, this is the menus, this is the measuring, this is the knowledge. Okay, so at the end of our program, what's still there?
Them.
Them. Okay, and what's still in the middle of this circle?
Their problems.
Their problems. So when they remove me, so I take all this black circle and I remove me out of it, what's still there?
The problem.
So essentially all I do is I become a blanket for their problem, a short solution. But then the underlying problem is here. And this is why most people, if they stop working with the trainer, stop working with the coach, that underlying problem will still be there. And see, I know for all of you that some of you will end in the 30 days. But I know that there's always more. There's a bigger, better, there's always improvements. I'm always working on improving my body. Like, I hire coaches, and one, it will just be, like when I first started, it was solely just to get in good shape and just to change my body. Then I said, you know what? I want to be more diverse and I want to be able to more function. And so I hired like one of the best strength and conditioning coaches here in Utah Valley and probably in Utah. And um, like this guy works with like Super Bowl champions and a bunch of professional athletes. And I went and hired him and I said, hey, I just needed new workouts. I need new ideas and things. And I worked with him. Now I have a coach to work on bodybuilding and working on my physique. So I'm always hiring and I'm always finding the next challenge for whatever it is. So I know for all of you, there's always something more, but unless I fix this problem, it's very hard to go on. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay. So in order for you to move your life forward, in order for you to start seeing yourself differently, we have to be able to do this. We have to remove the problem, and then we just start to work on all the fun stuff. Okay? So, let's go back to commitment. Heidi, it's time to get real and just real, raw, right now. What is your commitment and why? Where are you at with your commitment?
Well, I'm definitely committed to change my life for good.
Mm-hmm.
And, when I feel like that I've got myself in control, then I want to start working on helping my family get to that point as well. Like that is truly like a big goal for me when it comes to the end, is that I want to be able to share this with them and to hopefully make it to where at least my kids don't have to go through this. I want them to be able to learn what I've learned and to not hopefully ever have to go through those struggles.
Mm-hmm.
And, eventually, right now my husband is, trying to kind of eat better with me, and when I get to that end goal, I'm just hoping that it's going to be a whole family commitment at that point. But
Awesome. Because that happens today. That will happen today, Heidi. Like what you want for your family, today is the first step in what we're going to do.
Okay.
Getting them there. Okay?
Yes.
Kelly, where are you at with this? What is your commitment?
I'm committed to doing this to be stronger and healthy. And also, like Heidi said, I want to get my husband on board. He's been eating better, but still drinks soda. So I'm trying to get him involved.
Awesome. And now we have Alameda, Mita, who's on the call. Mita, how are ya? Oh, she muted herself. That's okay. I'm meeting with her in like a half hour. So, I need your commitment right now and just all out, just real committed. And this next thing It's going to shake a few of you. And I know people who watch this recording, it will shake a few of you. But it is time to kill your old life. It's time to get real with yourself and say it's time to make a change, and this change lasts forever. And it's time to get committed to your life. And in order for you to do that, you have to kill and destroy and just get rid of your old life. You cannot hold on to two lifestyles. So I'm having you cut your safety nets. Because I know that if you keep your safety net there, the end of the 30 days, you will jump back into what's comfortable. You will jump back and you will relapse into what is comfortable. This is like if someone was going through recovery of an alcohol or drug addiction. They don't go put them back in their same environment. In order for me to make sure that this 30 days continues for the rest of your life, I must change your environment. You must change your environment. Is why this commitment is so important and why your inner stance is so important. Is this clear?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So are you ready to kill your old life?
Yes.
Yes.
What you are going to do today is you are going through all of your fridge, you are going through all of your cabinets, and you will throw away anything that is not conducive to your new lifestyle. Everything. Every last bit. I gave you that big list of foods that you can choose from, and if it's not on that list, throw it out. Get rid of it. It lasts no more. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, do not hold on to your old lifestyle. Do not hold on to your past. You must kill it. And the way that we kill it is we simply throw it away, we destroy it, and there is no going back. From today on, right now, there is no going back. If you are truly 100% committed, like you said, you will kill it. Will your families freak? Probably. They'll think that you've gone mad. But this is how you get everyone on board. And you start to change everyone's lifestyle.
I've done this before. When I've gone in I get in my moods
Uh-huh.
when it comes to, I'm done with this. Like, I need to lose weight, and we can't have this garbage in the house. And I just start throwing stuff in the garbage. So
Yeah.
my husband's used to this part.
Oh, good. And now you know, Heidi, but this is the difference is that you don't go back to the store and buy it. And if it's ever
Right.
in your house, guess where it goes?
In the garbage.
In the garbage. I had some clients give me like a jar full of, like I have this kid and he's in high school. And so his mom, they give me this little Christmas present and it's a little jar full of miniature chocolates. And, I go in there and I grab like a dark chocolate and I have one piece of dark chocolate. And then what do? I get rid of it. I actually took it over to my aunt's house and I gave it to my aunt and my brother. So I said, you guys can have this. But I get rid of it. If you come over to our house and you try to look for food and you're like, You guys only like, are you guys okay? Are you eating? Like, if you look in our fridge, people would probably get concerned. They're like, "Are you guys okay? Because you guys don't have very much food. You don't really have anything." And we're like, "No, we eat a lot. Like me and my wife, we eat a ton of food, and it's chicken, it's rice, it's green beans, there's yams, there's some eggs, there's Ezekiel bread, and that's about it. I literally just named like everything in our fridge." And people are like, you go into our pantry, we have more supplements than we do anything in our pantry. Vitamins and BCAAs, pre-workouts, and all of these things. Like, seriously, there's more of that than there is anything.
I have a whole shelf in my pantry of vitamins and my It Works products.
That's awesome.
My husband thinks I'm crazy.
And now it's time to use them.
Yeah.
My kids are going to be real upset when I throw out their Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah. Fantastic on frozen yogurt. But we kill it. Now, is it okay to have something every now and then? Yeah, it is. Like, you can be human. But what's powerful is when you just start buying, like, if you buy like an ice cream, you can just buy one of those little cartons and it's gone. Like, you don't have to buy a big tub and keep it around. It's okay to have that every now and then, but the majority of your lifestyle is what?
Healthy, nutritious food.
Whole food. Real food. Not something that was put onto an air pump and just pumped up and then made up in a factory. Like, real food. The way you can tell if it's real food or not is that if it's in its own natural form. Like, if you can grow it, it's pretty natural. If you can kill it like a meat, it's natural. Now, obviously, you can go into organic and chemically enhanced and steroid and whatnot, but for the most part, we're just looking in its natural form. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Makes sense.
The more you can get of that in your body, the better you will be, the happier you'll be. And you'll notice that the clarity of mind, and you'll notice the body works better with those foods. So, if you want to get the most out of this next 30 days, the best and the first thing you do is today you clean it all out and you never go back. You commit to yourself, like yourself. You commit to you. And you promise yourself that you will never, ever, ever, ever go back. And you choose that inner stance and you choose to stand powerful and you will never go back. And I promise you, your life will change. So what is everyone going to go do today?
Clean out our cupboard.
Yeah.
Pull the garbage can to the back door.
Throw away all the crap.
Just throw it away. Get rid of it. Okay? Best thing you can do for yourself. And I can't wait to hear from Alan Kelly. I can't wait to see what he calls and says, "You just had to throw away all my food." I'll say, "Yep."
Yes,
What's that?
you're going to not like this. Can I throw away mine on Monday? Because my family, we do a holiday baking thing every year, and I just spent like a gazillion dollars on stuff to make fudge. Don't worry, I'm going to give it a whole day, but I have to cook it first.
Hey, you do what you need to do. But you know
Okay.
where we stand, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So Monday it all goes away, right?
Yep. I'm going to give it all away. I don't intend to keep it. I'm going to
Okay.
take some of it and give it to them so they can be fat.
I mean, you better taste it, that's for sure.
Okay. That's it.
Yep, you better taste it if you're gonna give it away. So awesome. Okay, so this is the start. This is how I want to start the first webinar is just make sure that we're clear and we're burying our old lifestyle. I never want anyone to go back. I want this to be a permanent thing. If you want to waste your 30 days, keep it. Keep your old stuff. Keep it around. You will relapse. That's the difference. As much as you want to be committed right now, I know that you're committed, but if you don't continue to coach with me, if you don't continue to do this, you will relapse. It's just a matter of time. So, awesome. Now, is there any questions that I can answer regarding your program?
We get new menus this weekend for next week and a new workout.
Yep.
Okay.
I think I have one of my questions was, what are your thoughts on spray butter?
Honestly, it's okay.
Okay.
One brand that we always use is Smart Balance.
Yeah, I bought some of the Smart Balance butter.
Yeah.
But I know, like, when I on a lot of my vegetables and stuff, I always use the spray butter. It doesn't really have anything in it, but
Yeah.
it definitely flavors it enough for me.
Yeah, honestly, you'll be okay doing it. And then I just switched to Smart Balance just because it does have a little bit more healthy fats in it. They usually use omega-3s in it. So that's why I switched over to that one.
Okay. And then my other question was oatmeal. I know that on my list you put oatmeal. Now, does that have to be regular, just plain regular oatmeal?
Yeah, but you can put your fruit in it, or you can put some Splenda.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Yeah,
That's actually what I have been doing. So I
that's
just
fine.
know that I had both oatmeals in my house, so the regular and the flavored kind.
Yeah, and the only reason if it's in a packet, it's been handled a lot more. Makes sense?
Yeah.
So again, whole food, it comes in the same form. If it's in little packets and things like that, most likely it's not really whole.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Perfect.
Awesome. Are there any other questions? Okay. Awesome. Okay, remember there's no call next week. We will go the week after. And I'm planning on doing Saturdays. And we'll do Saturday the 3rd. And it looks like we will do it. So if we're going to do it on the 3rd, can we do 11 on Saturdays? Heidi, does that work for you?
I was just thinking, I know that I have basketball starting
Okay.
for both of my kids, and their games are on Saturdays. So I guess it just will depend on when their games are, because I really don't have their schedules right now.
Okay.
And I know some of their games will be in the mornings and some of them will be in the afternoon. So
Okay. So yeah, we'll plan on 11. And if you have to, it will be recorded and you can just jump on.
okay, perfect.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Well, great call today. And reach out if you have any questions. So far, everyone's questions have been good. Now, I will tell you this. The next week, you might not see results as far as the scale. Some will, some won't. The only reason I'm saying that is because your calories will be increased. And there's a reason for that is because right now, if I keep you at a deficit, then your metabolism starts to shut down again. Your body adapts to it and we actually just want to continue to speed up the metabolism so you can actually eat more. Not only that, but it helps put on more lean mass. So I actually want to slow down weight loss this next week. And I know that sounds weird, but there's logic to it because I'm looking long term, not short term. Now, some of you will still actually lose weight because you'll still be hitting a good calorie amount. Some won't. Some might even gain. Everyone's body is going to react differently. And I just want to prepare you all to say, yep, it's normal. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And you're like, dang it, Matt, way to ruin it. But there's logic into it, and it's just to continue to progress your body and create longevity. So awesome. Hey,
Perfect.
well, reach out. Let me know if you have any questions, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day and have a Merry Christmas.